What is good, yo? Kip up here, and here we are for another NU Live. I am so excited to be doing these. Um, Today we are using Electrode and Pangoro. Pretty much bulky offense, I'd probably call it. I guess more of a balance. We actually don't have any rocks, but this is a really fun team. A lot of us in the MLP jumped onto one account and just binge laddered throughout a decent portion of last night. And this is one of the teams we used to do it. We did get up to top 50, and this is a team that I really specifically liked with Life Orb Pangoro, I think defensive Gorgeist, Toxic Soundproof Electro, which is a great young mega counter. Rain Dance, I believe physical, maybe physical. I think physical Kingdra. Defog and Golbat, and I think SpitF Vaporeon. But we're going to jump into a game here. This team is so fun to use, as we do see a fairly balanced team here. Alolan Persian is a little bit annoying, but Champ should not be in this tier, and Yon Mega is terrible. Alright, so that being said, yeah, this is physical, this is SpitF, and this is SpitF, or kind of balanced, and this is defensive. Alright, fair enough. So I think our best lead is likely Pangoro, because then we can just apply offensive pressure. His Yon Mega is his lead, which is fantastic because Electrode comes in, and because it's soundproof, it takes any one hit basically, or actually Bug Buzz won't affect it in any way. So he does Air Slash, and that does a ton. I'm gonna Volt Switch here. He doesn't go into Claydol, which is fine. I'm just gonna Toxic this. Definitely, it's gonna Toxic it. Toxic is really nice on Electrode because it gets most of his switch-ins. I probably should have Toxic turn 1. He does Psyshock, so we do lose our Electrode. However, it is not a very big deal, as we can now go into Pangoro and likely just knock off. And we'll knock off any item that any switch-in has. Assuming his switch-in would be Machamp, yes. As it is, he does lose his leftovers, which leads me to believe it might be bulky. I'm going to go into Golbat here. He knocks us off, which is fine. I'm going to U-turn here on the expected switch out into probably something like Yon Mega or Dragalge. If he stays in, I go directly into Gorgeist. So we'll see what happens here. Actually, would I go into Gorgeist? He might Ice Punch, so I'd probably go into Vaporeon. I can't believe Machamp's in this tier. I mean, it's not broken in the tier, but it's still kind of crazy that it dropped this far. I'm gonna get this timer on. See how long this guy is taking to make a move. But I'm so excited for NU to be here. I said this in the last video too. But after playing a pretty good amount, I've probably played like 200 games at this point on several different accounts, not on this one. I would say that the mons that are gonna get banned off the bat, there's two right here. Yon Mega, Pangoro, followed by like Slurpuff. He does go Dragalge, so that's fine. Followed by things like Slurpuff. Yeah, Slurpuff. I can't even think. Necrozma and Kingdra. There we are. That's the whole list. I think my best play is still to knock off here. So we do a pretty good amount. He's able to Sludge Wave, but we're able to Drain Punch here, and we'll for sure kill. And if he switches out into like Machamp, he just gives us more health. So that's perfectly fine. We should likely kill here, as I said. We had 72 with that. That is wild. Yeah, so we do kill. We get some health. We will live one round of poison. He'll likely go into his Yon Mega. Seeing as I can't really switch out Pangoro now. Another good switch is probably his Alolan Persian. Except it will take a Bullet Punch. Anything that he brings in is going to take a Bullet Punch. That includes Claydol, which I'll probably just knock off. So he goes in the Yon Mega. I'm just going to Bullet Punch this. He's not Speed Boost. He's likely Specs Tinted Lens. So we do a decent portion there. Not bad, not bad, not bad. At this stage, though, I think I want to go Vaporeon and Toxic, just to help wear this thing down. His switch-in's probably like, okay, it is Claydol. That's fair. I'll go to Protect and see what he does here. He just Psyshocks. That's perfectly fine. I can just Scald. I can Wish now. because obviously he can't really do much to hurt me. He can get his rocks up if he wants to, but obviously he won't there. So, his switch is probably Machamp or Yanmega now. He goes Tauros, which is fine. I'm going to go into Gourgeist here. You're going to Rock Climb likely. Choice Band, Body Slam, yeah. I'm just going to Leech Seed. I'm running out of switch-ins for Yanmega, that's for sure. He goes into Alolan Persian. That's fine. I'm for sure running out of switch-ins to the Yanmega, but I feel like he won't do anything that will really hurt me here. I feel like I can Will-O-Wisp. He does Toxic, which is okay. I'm going to Leech Seed here. I feel like he's going to Parting Shot me. Let's see what he does here. I'm trying to predict, because at this point I do have to be a little bit aggressive because a decent portion of my offense is gone. And I can't really bring in anything. He does bring out Yanmega. I do get the play right, which means I can chip the Yanmega down just a little bit. I'm going to go Golbat now. I see he does Air Slash. Air Slash is about 50, which is unfortunate. So I think I had to stay in and Brave Bird at this stage. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. However, I'm darn near just being able to sweep a Kingdra. I go into Vaporeon now, I believe. And I tank any one hit, so I'm going to Wish here. Just go into Alolan Persian. I'm going to Scald this. Just for a little bit of damage. He may be AV. No, he's not AV. He's Toxic. Never mind. But, I do really need some damage off on pretty much everything I can get damage on. I was considering going into Kingdra and setting up, but then I realized that probably wouldn't be the best play because I'd take a ton from the Yanmega, and then he could potentially have Parting Shot, or not Parting Shot. He could potentially have Mach Punch on his Machamp. So I do burn this. High chance that it is Guts. I'm gonna Protect here. Yeah, he is actually whatchamacallit, Guts. I'm just gonna Wish here. He does Dynamic Punch again, which is interesting to me. I'm going to just Protect here. Or actually, I can go. That was a bad play, actually. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I think I can actually go into Gourgeist now. And he'll be in range of a Shadow Sneak. He does Knock Off, but it literally does 20. So I think I can just Leech. No, I'm going to Synthesis. I think Leech would be an alright play, but he does 10% with that. So now I believe I can just Shadow Sneak and kill. Great. So yet again, I am running out of switch-ins to Yanmega, but I am pretty darn near just setting up with my Kingdra, and just winning the game, unless he crisps me with like Air Slash. So we'll see what happens here. I would say his switch-in is probably Persian or Yanmega. Yeah, he goes Yanmega. That's fine. I think I had to sack this. I think I had to sack this for the greater good, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Bug Buzz. That's fine. At this point, I want to Dragon Dance. He does do 75, which is insane. But now that I've done this, I think I can just Waterfall it and kill. Yeah, we do kill. Crit likely didn't matter with 433 attack. Going to Alolan Persian. At this point, I think I just Devastating Drake this. He could have Foul Play, which would suck, but I think I should be alright here. He hasn't shown any attacking moves. I would assume Foul Play is his move of choice, but we obviously don't know until he shows it. He just left. So, I mean, timer's up. I'm going to wait a little bit to see if he comes back, but just talking about what happened here. Assuming he lives the Devastating Drake and he knocks me out, I could stall out with Vaporeon, especially with Tauros. Actually, I'm not sure. I'd have to get the burn and then I had to do some more shenanigans. So I'm honestly unsure. But we're gonna grab another game. I think we can play 2 games at once. We're gonna get another one here. It's unfortunate that I sacked Electrode so early, but he was smart to just straight up go for the air slash. As we see blunders, well, not blunders, I forget who it was, maybe BKC. But anyway, the whole point of it is to memento into Manure to sweep. So I know this whole team. It's Adamant, Manure, Hurricane Whimsicott, Special Rain Dance Kingdra, offensive spiking a Violet, defensive rocking that with Icicle Spear, and Sash Sigalith, which is actually pretty cool. So I think our best lead is probably Electrode. He does lead Piloswine. I'm considering just sacking Electrode again. I'm gonna sack it. I don't care. This thing's annoying. This thing's super annoying. So luckily we get to do that. So that's fine. I can go into Pangoro, and I think I can SD pretty freely here. He's going to Earthquake me, which is fine, because I can just Drain Punch this. He does Ice Shard. Good play on his end, because he gets a little bit extra damage off. But I am still a +2 Pangoro. He can go into Garbodor. This thing is going to explode, but I'm going to knock it off first. And that is fine because he was weak armor as opposed to Aftermath. He goes into Manure. This is great because I can just Bullet Punch this and kill it. So he's literally sacking his entire team to Pangoro. He goes into Sigalith. I don't need this anymore. All he has is Heat Wave to hit me with. So now I believe I just Bullet Punch this. Do a little bit of damage as he Ice Beams. Perfectly fine. And now I go into Vaporeon. And I think I just Scald. He Energy Balls. That's the move he happened to have for Vaporeon. Goes into Whimsicott. I'm going to go into Gourgeist here. See Giga Drains. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp here as he Hurricanes. Not terrible for me, as I think I can just go into Golbat here. And Golbat may or may not wall. And I think I just want a U-turn now. The whole idea is that I don't want Kingdra to come in for free. So I can go back into this and I can freely Toxic. And Toxic's going to rack up on Kingdra because that's the last of his offensive pressure. He does Devastating Drake, but we live and we do actually hit the Toxic. Which is fantastic because now I can Protect. He Dracos, which is still superb. I can actually go into... no, I'm just going to Wish Up. That's perfectly fine. He does forfeit because he has no offensive pressure at all. So, good game to him. We'll grab another one. This one ended as well. We're getting up there on the ladder. Let's see where we're at. We're to 1192. Not terrible. I think I want to get around like 1250 or something. I don't think that's half bad. 1250 is ladder material. I know that for sure. As we see Webs. Our first contact with Webs. And his team is pretty scary, actually. I wish I had rocks for the Manure, but Pangoro does a lot of work once I get rid of that. I think I want to lead Electrode. Electrode probably always the chosen lead. I'm going to Volt Switch into Gourgeist. I'm assuming this thing isn't Scarf. We're going to do 63 with that and go hard out into this as he does U-turn. So I guess T-Bolt would have killed, but I didn't really expect that to be, you know, that close. So my play now is, I think, Vaporeon. He does immediately Shell Smash, which is okay. I think it is. I just need some prior damage. He actually just sacks it, which makes no sense. If I were him, I would have gone for the attack. I might have tanked one. He's Z-Trick or Treat, isn't he? Yeah, he is Z-Trick or Treat. So he changed me to a Ghost type. Thank goodness I hit the Toxic, though. So that's okay. I'm going to Protect. Purely so that I get another round of Toxic off on him. He does Seed Bomb, which is interesting to me because I am no longer Water type. I can go to Golbat because I times 4 resist that. He Phantom Forces. That's fine, I think. I don't really have a switch. I guess Vaporeon is my switch. That's okay. I can protect again. And this is pretty fun because you know when somebody has a Mon that's powered up, you don't want to switch it out. So I'm going to go back into Golbat. And he's going to die no matter what of poison, as he does make a good play in Rock Slide me. That's fine. He goes Encino. I'm just going to go back out into Gourgeist. He Rock Blasts me. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp anything that comes out. Kind of Cryogonal. So I guess this wasn't really webs like I thought it was. And Cryogonal's a threat. It actually is. Don't really have a switch if he has Freeze Dry. I think I'm just going to Leech. Yeah, he did Freeze Dry. And I actually tanked one, but he froze me, which really sucks. I'm going to Shadow Sneak and see if I can make it out. I don't. It's perfectly fine. I can go into Electrode and just T-Bolt this. Probably not kill, but do an okay amount. So he just Freeze Dry me again. Luckily I live, and I also don't get frozen, so I can Volt Switch here. He goes into Kecleon, which is interesting. I'm gonna go into Pangoro and just knock off, because if he Shadow Sneaks, yeah, I just kill straight up. And I believe this game's over. He goes on to Encino. I sack my Golbat. I go onto this and I spam T-Bolt, I believe. Or actually I Volt Switch on his Cryogonal. Okay. I go Vaporeon. The whole idea is that I don't want this thing to SD and beat me. That's all I want. I'm actually just gonna Scald. Yeah, so I actually kill it. And I spam Toxic here because he can't SD and beat me at the same time. And he actually fell Stingers, which is a little bit scary. That's really scary. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can Foul Play this, though. Do that much. And Bullet Punch luckily will kill. So Foul Play Electrode, putting in work. Electrode got what? He got 1 kill, but also did a ton to that. So, I mean, this is not a bad team. This is a really fun team. Shout out to Jake for making it. I believe Jake made it. But we're going to get one more game in, probably. Just one more. We're pretty close to my 1250 goal. I just want a ladder and little portions. As we see Lickitung, even though Licky Licky is legal. And PU Mewtwo, probably, I guess, bulky offense or even stall. Leader choice is always Electrode. It's no longer Electrode. We're going to go on to Vaporeon. If you're going to get his rocks up, I'm free to Scald here. Even if he goes PU Mewtwo, which he does. I hope I don't get the burn. I don't get the burn, so I can Toxic this. And that is fantastic for me. I think I can just Wish into Wish into Golbat. He actually Toxic on that turn. So that's great. Defog's gonna happen. I'm going to U-turn here. And I think I'm gonna go into Gourgeist, as we do see Dell remind me of an update. Fantastic, thank you so much. That didn't work out too well. So I think now I go into Vaporeon. And I Scald this. And yet again, he doesn't really have Scald switch-ins. His switch-ins Lickitung, which actually really tanked that. But he wishes, so he's a wish passing set. I'm gonna wish myself. He's gonna Dragon Tail me, which is okay. I was going to Brave Bird, whatever. Actually, I'm gonna U-turn. I like the momentum. He goes Licks, which means I can easily go back into Vaporeon. I get my wish. I can Scald here, and pretty much we put him through the ringer. We just keep doing this until he more or less just leaves. Scald the Garbodor. I'm gonna go out into Electrode here. He does get a T-Spike up, but I can just T-Bolt this probably. I can't. Unfortunate. I can go out into Golbat though. He roars. So good play on his part. I think I can just SD on this. He Stealth Rocks. So I mean he is hazard stacking, but it's not gonna do much for him. I Drain Punch, does nothing. I can go on to Golbat. The thing about this is that he literally has nothing to outspeed me. He doesn't have anything that outspeeds me, so I can just keep spamming defog basically. He can taunt, I can U-turn, that's fine. Go on to Electrode. He toxics me, I'm gonna foul play on the licks. He goes Claydol. Interesting. We go Gourgeist here, I believe. Unfortunately, that is not the play. We have Vaporeon. He gets pounded by Vaporeon. He really does. But I can just Scald this, I believe. And basically, the whole point of this is that everything gets slowly beaten down by Vaporeon. So this is more or less stall. I might just end the video and let you guys know in the description if I win or not, because it's sincerely that annoying. I'm going to do Willow's this. He's going to get his T-Spikes up. I'm going to Leech Seed. So now he can't really do anything to me. Goes on to Claydol. Fine. I can Shadow Sneak this and perhaps kill. He goes in Lickitung. Fine. This is great. This is fantastic. He can't do anything to me. And I Leech Seed again in case he switches out. I go into Golbat now, I believe. And I see his team is working fairly well, I guess. I'm just gonna Devastating Drake, whatever comes in. Piyumiku? Yeah, goodbye. I go on out in Golbat now. And defog away this single hazard. Defog, he's probably gonna soak me. He recovers, which is fine. I'm just gonna Brave Bird at once. Actually, I'm gonna Roost. He goes Licks. Fine. Roost up on this. Gets his rocks up, but I can easily just defog. And defog again. And U-turn out. Into Vaporeon. And Scald it. Scald whatever I want repeatedly. Loses his Steelix. Crit probably mattered, but that's pretty much entirely on him for leaving it in. He Toxics. I can go Golbat. Soaks me. I'm going to U-turn into to this. So he can Toxic Electrode, that's perfectly fine, but I can spam Volt Switch. Perfect. Go on to this. Roost and Defog. Yeah, I can just Defog this away. Yeah, this is okay. I can just Brave Bird this. I have Papa Berry, which is interesting. I'm going to Brave Bird again. It's going to Recycle. It's going to Defog this. So this is a very annoying team, but one that, I mean, I guess works for him, right? I'm going to knock this off. Goes on his Golbat, so that wasn't the switch at all. We go on to our own Golbat here. And we Roost. He can taunt me all he wants, I don't really mind. I can Brave Bird here. Do 30. Not bad. His crit U-turn did 31. And I outspeed his entire team now. I literally outspeed his whole team. And now Golbat is what he can't beat. So now Lickitung is what comes out. Can quite easily just Brave Bird this. And Brave Bird again. Goes on to Claydol. Actually dies, and now I can Defog. So we are dismantling this. We're going to Defog here. He recovers. Perfectly fine. We Brave Bird. He counters. Ooh. However, I can just Roost. So actually it doesn't matter. He does Soak. That's fine. I think I can go ahead and sack Pangoro. I didn't mean Kingdra, but that's fine. I can D-dance. And D-dance again. And Outrage. Lickitung dies. Pimiku should probably die too. No, it does not die at all. I can just keep outraging though. This is okay. Because now it's like, what does he do to possibly beat me? Because this comes out now. And everything just dies to a couple Thunderbolts. Garbodor comes out. Garbodor takes 48. It's fine. I just T-Bolt this repeatedly. And now I Volt Switch. So I can save Electrode. I can go out into Gourgeist. He'll probably go into his Golbat. Goes on to Golbat, which I can go on Pangoro on. And I can freely knock off as he U-turns. So, good game with this guy. This is stupidly long to play. But we beat Stall. We beat Stall. And he was at 1270 as well. So we get very close to 1244. I'm sorry if my commentary got a little bit annoying there. But I'm gonna say what I'm gonna do because I think it's important for you guys to know. So 73 turns, he takes out 2 Pokemon that I actually chose to sack. So I mean, his team worked to some degree, but not as well as one would hope. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll leave the team in the description down below. It's really fun. Electrode's actually pretty good on Mega Counter if your opponent isn't smart enough to click Air Slash. Excuse me, if they aren't smart enough to click Air Slash. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be bringing NU and Balance Hackmons, and I'll talk to you guys soon.